You Graeme Kenna.
The voicemail of Graeme Kenna from the Legal Department for Adult Services in Bradford Council. Please leave a message and I will get back to you.
After you've finished your message, just hang up. Or to hear more options, please press 1.
Yes, hello, Mr. Kenna. It's Mr. Hussain here, once again, leaving yourself another daily message as I have been doing so from the 10th of October 2023, and today is the 9th of June 2024. It's actually the anniversary of my father's murder, which was done 15 years ago by you people, wasn't it? It's today on the 9th of June 2009, you murdered my father originally because you didn't want to pay him any care. You didn't want to cover his care costs, and therefore you murdered him initially, so to save on money. And so today is the anniversary of my father's murder. Today is the 9th of June, and he died on the 9th of June 2009. That's when you last killed him off, and then subsequently you've then proceeded to deliberately murder my brother Nazim in September 2014, which was 10 years ago. So 5 years later, you've attempted to murder my brother Nazim, and this time you wanted to frame me for it. So that was in 2014, and then in 2022, which is 8 years later, you've now murdered my mother in January 2022, and now we're just waiting for you to murder my brother Talib, aren't we? You've already put him on a slow poison medication, as he's been complaining to me. You're burning him up inside. He's giving medication that's burning him up. There's no way that that medication that is going to be burning. No way vitamins are going to be burning him up. I've just caught you out. My brother's confessed to me that you are giving him slow poison in order to destroy his insides, so you can then murder him and say, oh, it was due to him having diabetes. This is all orchestrated. My brother is not diabetic. You've made him diabetic, so you can justify killing him off within a year or two because it's costing you too much. Like I said, this is all planned murder. You're planning to murder my brother Nazim. No, sorry, you are planning to murder my brother Talib in your care and custody to my absence and exclusion, and then going to be stating it was all professionals. So many professionals would never collude and conspire, but the reality is it's all costing you, isn't it? So it's in your best interest to murder my brother Talib, as you have murdered my father in 2009, as you had murdered my brother Nazim in 2014, because at that state it was costing the state so much money, providing him with 24-hour care in a nursing home because he was quadriplegic. Now the interesting question is, why was he quadriplegic? Why he was not born quadriplegic? No, what happened is in September 2003, which is nearly 21 years ago, the local authority threw him off a 3-story building, didn't you? You deliberately threw him off a 3-story building because you were neglecting my father, and I caught you out in December 2002, a year earlier, and you had commissioned the police then to come after me, didn't you? And that was all a terrible mistake that resulted in a complete breakdown in the family. You looked at sabotage and break down the family then in 2002, December 2002, and had me originally arrested by the police. So this aspect of you commissioning the police to target and victimize me is nothing new, is it? It's not something that you've now concocted up in August 2023. No, it goes back to all the way to December 2002, when you had initially realized the fact that I was caring for my father, who you were neglecting in the community for several years. And when I took over the care, and you had been neglecting him, then when I looked to take over the care, you looked to basically get me to run away because you had got the police involved and tried to stop me from caring for my father, didn't you? That's what you did. You initially commissioned the services of the West Yorkshire Police to arrest me, I believe, on the 24th of December 2002, and then as a consequence, when I looked to take action against the police for wrongful arrest and detention back in 2003, you got all colluded and conspired and got together and threw my brother Nazim off a 3-story building, thus rendering him a quadriplegic for the next 10 years. And then you milked the system, didn't you? It is you that are utilizing certain vulnerable people to milk the system to make a benefit and a gain for yourself. 10 subsequent years, my brother would spend, quadriplegic, paralyzed from the neck down, unable to speak out the fact that you had thrown him off the building, and that was the situation then. And then you subsequently done the same thing in my mother's case, and now you're taking my brother and slowly poisoning him to death. So you can then just to say that we were doing the best thing, but unfortunately his life was written short. I've told you whenever you choose to kill my brother, I mean, I'm resigned to the fact that you are going to murder him. Because there's a whole history of murdering people, throwing people off a 3-story building. So you tried to murder my brother Nazem in the nursing home in September 2003. So this is going back over 21 years that you've been attempting to murder people. And like I said, this is just the tip of the iceberg, isn't it? You have been murdering people on an industrial scale at Bradford, and then now claiming to be a city of culture. You've been murdering people on an industrial scale, and then when the coronavirus came, you would no doubt, even if that was a legitimate virus, or you have fully utilized that and exploited that situation to save yourself hundreds of millions of pounds because you've killed people. Now the bottom line is that it's coming to be Eid. I would like to see my brother for Eid. There's no reason, there's no legal basis for you or justification for you to prevent me from seeing my brother on Eid, the coming Eid. You didn't let me see him last Eid because of this damn police investigation, criminal investigation you've commissioned. But this time I'm not under a police bail. I have a right to see my brother. My visit with my brother was very, very successful. Your attempts to sabotage it subsequently have only proven not proven fruitful. You've quite clearly sabotaged that relationship. The proprietor, Mr. David Crabtrees, is now looking to return the contract to yourself, and you're gonna have to find a different place to place my brother. But irrespective, I mean, this is just not suitable for my brother. He needs to, in his old age, he can't be moving around care homes. Just return him back to me. That's what you need to do. But you're not going to do that, are you? You'd rather murder my brother off and maintain the situation that you're doing, just like you murdered my mother off, and refusing to resolve a situation, but murdering people, because that way you can make money, isn't it? As you made money, you forcibly put my mother into one of your cemeteries and got paid for that, rather than her allowing me to execute her will, which was she wanted to be buried in Pakistan. And just for your record, and I'm just making it clear to you, on the 9th of June today, that is part of my brother's will, which I hold, to be buried in Pakistan. So I know you've been colluding and conspiring with my nieces Shugufta and Tasvir to hijack his death committee when he payments, which I discovered subsequently after my brother was kidnapped. But irrespective, when my brother does die and you do murder him, and if you attempt to bury him in one of your cemeteries, then you'll be further proving my point that this is a contrived murder, and you don't really care about people's last will and testament.
You're approaching the maximum allowed time for recording a message. If you wish to record further, please choose the append option from the menu. If you've finished recording, just hang up. If you don't carry on recording or hang up, your message will be deleted. To listen to your message, press 1. Please record the rest of your message after the tone. When you've finished recording, press the hash key.
Yes, Mr. Kenna, time is getting the better of me once again. I just wanted to finish off by saying that Eid's coming up, and my brother has certain inalienable rights. I have certain inalienable rights that you're depriving not only my brother of his liberty, but you're depriving me of my liberty. I need to see my brother for Eid, and I'm not going to entertain any idea of not being recorded, because this time I know the fact that you're colluding and conspiring and are looking to create machinations. I need to speak to my brother on the telephone regularly. There's no need for there to be any restrictions. My brother was not agitated when I spoke to him. I did go through a slow step. I went from telephoning him on the 30th of May, that Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. I spoke to him very well. He was not agitated. He was quite happy to take my calls. He was complaining to me about the conditions he's been held in, and then subsequently now you've stopped my contact with him. This is completely ridiculous.
Sorry, but you've reached the maximum time available for recording your message. To listen to your message, press 1. To re-record your message, press 2. If you are happy with your message, press 4. Message sent. Goodbye.
Another message sent.